Alrighty. So, what are we looking at here? This is just a Variax through a Tech 21 fly rig. You know, one of the gray ones. Just with the amp and the delay on, that's all. And I just wanted to talk about what I've been doing with the Variax, and then, I don't know, everyone could also have what I've been doing with the Variax, meaning I'll just post my bundle as it is. Ooh, I should save it now. Workbench HD, save my bundle. Save bundle as Mike's bundle. And then, of course, as is my convention, 001. That way we can make a bajillion revisions and things. I'm going to save this to the desktop. Why not? Be a slob. Save things to the desktop. Make a big mess. You know how it is. Anyway. So, what I've been doing with the Variax. All right, so my big discovery / tip / whatever, breakthrough, whatever you want to call it, is you got to limit yourself to only 5 guitars. And once you're limited to 5 guitars, you can have a bank that all sits on this 5-way pickup switch. It's not a bank, meaning, you got to cross over different banks. So now you have this repeating pattern of guitars, as I have. Then you can use that same pattern and use different tunings on all these adjacent banks. So as you can see here, as I change the 5-way pickup selector, I get these different bodies, right? So here's the Strat. But then as I rotate this knob, new tuning comes up. So this is standard tuning, but then this is CGDAEB, which is open fifths, which is a variant on Robert Fripp's new standard tuning. So, you can have different tunings, right? As I turn this knob, I get all these different tunings, and they can be unique to the different guitars. Like here's the acoustic, and as you rotate the knob, you get different tunings. Dad, Gad, and then some really weird one with B flat in the bass. Anywho, so the point is to take really good advantage of the Variax. You got to limit yourself to 5 guitars, and I found that this was not actually that difficult because 5 guitars is like, I'd like to have 6, but 5 is good enough. I can deal with 5. So 5 is in order from bridge to neck, is like a bridge. Pardon me. So this is a bridge humbucker, as you can see. There's like a Les Paul. So that's good. Everybody loves that. And I know I said I'd go in order, but whatever. Going out of order now, we go to the neck, where we have a neck Les Paul pickup with, the Masonite plank body, which actually won all the shootouts. But anyway. Totally different from... Here's the bridge pickup. From high school. Anyway. So that's bridge, and here's neck. Much more like flubbier. Like a neck pickup would be. It's got that. The bridge pickup has that bridginess, and the neck pickup has the neckiness. Anyway, I find that they're pretty authentic, and this is one of my favorite things, is that this neck pickup, it's like a great mellow, clean, like almost, I wouldn't say jazzy, because then all the jazz purists would go crazy, but let's see what happens when we roll off the tone knob. Note, I've never actually touched the tone knob on this Variax, ever, before right now. What can I tell you? So there you have it. But anyway, so we have a bridge and a neck, both humbucker style. And then the 3 middle positions we have here in position 4, we have a pretty good Strat. So I would have, I had a shootout between neck and middle pickup versus neck and bridge pickup versus middle and bridge pickup and middle and bridge pickup one. But, I had all these different shootouts, all these different body styles, tried the tele body and all this other stuff. I should have made videos about that. This is a clean sound, but it also works, as a sort of whoa, don't fall over. The sort of anyway, so worked for the crunchy stuff too, I think. And then in the third position, middle position, we have what I'm assuming is basically just mostly just the piezo output kind of unadulterated, but I'm probably wrong. It does sound pretty body-like. There's 3 different acoustics, and I set up a shootout for 6-string acoustic on... Actually, there's 5 different acoustics because there's 3 different acoustics, but 2 of those have 12-string variants with slightly bigger bodies, and then you can just click off the other, 6 strings, so you can just have 6-string versions of the 12-string guitar. So I had shootouts. I had a shootout between all 5 bodies, and this one won, whatever it may be, the D. So that's a really... and then, in the second position, one we haven't discussed yet, is the electric sitar, which is not working. What is going on here? And then my guitar suffered a brain freeze. Right on. It's not changing models. Wow, that's brilliant. That's the sitar. Wow, what has happened here? Like, somehow the sitar has gone overwrite. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. Somehow the sitar has gotten overwritten. So, I'm going to cut and paste another sitar. But this one has tuning. It's in E, B, E, B, B, E. And I'm just going to turn off the tuning. Sitar in standard tuning, and then I'm going to upload it back to the guitar. Turn off this delay a little bit here. Well, turn it down. Ooga. There we go. Saying to yourself, electric sitar? What are you talking about? And the Variax has banjo, and has resonator, and has all kinds of cool things in it, but I don't know. I mean, one of my big tests for how expressive or how useful is this creative tool, when trying to answer that question, is can I get lost in it? Just being creative and playing and being weird and whatever and turning on effects and not thinking so much, oh, this sounds like crap, or oh, I got to work around this because this doesn't work, or when you do this, it doesn't sound good. Can you just get lost in it? And I found with the sitar, yeah, I was getting lost in it. It was crazy. Because while it sounds good, it's also super, super sensitive. Like, there's no MIDI note that's that quiet. It's only Only 127 MIDI velocities. I mean, come on. And these Variaxen, which is decided is now the plural of Variaxes, these Variaxen have, as wide a dynamic range as, a guitar. It's got this weird, sort of like guitar-y quality to it. But there's no, there's no denying it. So that's the fifth guitar, is the sitar, which you just saw blow up live on TV. And then, whatever, I fixed it, so it didn't matter. And it's another great thing about having, a redundancy of the same types of guitar, is that, just go get another one, copy it back into the bank, and turn off the altered tuning, and you're done. It's exactly the same as your regular sitar. All right, so that was the first thing, is pick 5 guitars. The second really important thing that you got to do with the Variax, and I have done that with this bundle that I have made, is you gotta level balance the guitars, at least in my opinion, and you gotta start with the Strat because it's the weakest output in pickups, etc., as you can see here. I not only boosted the overall preset volume 6 dB, but I also boosted the value, the output of each pickup by 6 dB. And then you get a nice, and then compared to so bring up the volume of the Stratocaster as much as you possibly can, if you're using a Strat model, as I am. And then match everything else to that. So I happen to like the Masonite plank with the Les Paul neck pickup. So I had to reduce the preset volume by freaking 4 dB. And kept the pickups both at 0, I believe. Yeah, both at 0. But I had to reduce the preset volume by 4 dB to get the same output as the Strat with a 6 dB pickup boost and a 6 dB overall preset boost. It's crazy. So I don't know what's going on over there in Line 6 land where somebody thought that would be a good idea, but I disagree vehemently. I don't think it's a good idea to match the idiosyncrasies or limitations or flaws of the original instruments. Yeah, it's great that when I bring up the Strat model, it's much lower output, just like the most annoying part of the real thing. I mean, I have regular guitars that switch back and forth between humbucking and single coil configurations on the same set of pickups, and the single coil output is much lower. And it's annoying. And this is a virtual magical guitar. It's not really in all these weird tunings. You're just DSPing the hell out of it one string at a time. So I mean, you're willing to accept a guitar that can go to different tunings and different models, acoustic to electric, the flick of a switch, but you can't deal with it's just so funny to me. I'm trying to, no, we must be, authentic, it's a good thing they didn't have the technology to make the guitar heavier. Oh no, Les Paul is much heavier, so when you bring up that preset, the guitar gets way heavier. You're like, but that sucks about the Les. That's what everybody hates. It's like, oh, my back is killing me playing this Les Paul for 5 hours. You know what I mean? And it's just funny. So anyway, they decided to build in one of the big limitations of these guitars, which is the output of single coil pickups is much lower than that of humbucking pickups. So you got to get around that. But, they give you access to this brilliant software, Variax Workbench, which I love and is amazing. And you can do cool stuff like this. You just switch back and forth and get these beautiful images of guitars, But anyway, so Masonite plank is minus 4 dB. The Strat is plus 6. The acoustic doesn't give you access to the pickups. There's just no pickups. It's just the body output. So I just made that 6 plus 6. And then the sitar, we had to do plus 6 on the pickups, plus 4.5 on the preset. And then on the bridge position, Les Paul in the Lester Flametop model, we did 0 on pickups and plus 2 on the preset volume. And by doing those, I matched the volume, I feel. So I have now an instrument where I can be in the middle of doing something and just reach down and fiddle with the controls and know exactly what's going to happen, or have a really reasonably good idea. As with the case with these altered tunings, you don't know exactly what you're going to get a lot of the time. You do on this one, though, on this little knob, because as long as you don't mess with the presets, it tells you what the tuning is called in these lit up cool letters, you know. But anyway, so I love the Variax. Pick 5 guitars and put them in an order that you then replicate bank after bank after bank, and then change the tunings or whatever you want. Bring in the magnetic pickups you can do too, so you can like, here I did that on one of these banks. Let's see here. Yes, the magnetic pickup is 50%. So this is basically a polyphonic down a fourth. I mean, it's cool and weird. Wonder what it sounds like with distortion, because I haven't actually tested that yet. Wow, putting the harmonizer before the distortion is weird. Wow, there's like a polyphonic aspect to it. So, that's cool. But the point is, I know that since I'm in pickup position number 1, that this is going to be a model of a Les Paul humbucker. That's what I wanted to say about the Variax for now. Love this thing. Love the fact that I could swap out the neck and put in an additional output. Oh my god, can you see that? Oh, that's the subject of another video, though. Anyway, peace out till next time. Beep, beep, beep. Doot, doot, doot. Clunk.